Welcome, sports fans, to the Red Zone. This past Saturday was homecoming at Benedetti Worley Stadium, and not only was this a battle for the Little Brass Bell, but also a chance to take over first place in the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. The Cardinals again entertained the crowd, retained the bell for the first time in 27 years, and took over the top spot in the CCIW with a 27-7 win over Wheaton College. Coach Jeff Thorne is attending to Family Matters, so we'd like to welcome onto the show the architect of the nation's #1 scoring offense, offensive coordinator Jeff Thorne. Coach, you've been with the team for 8 years along with your dad, and this is the first time you guys have gotten back-to-back wins over Wheaton College. Saturday must have been a very fulfilling day.
Yeah, it was. It was. Wheaton and Augustana, when we came 8 years ago, were really kind of the measuring stick in the conference, so we knew that that's what we were shooting for. And Wheaton's the team that we've had the most trouble with over the course of the 8 years. So being able to string together back-to-back wins against them was really, really important for our program, and our guys just did an amazing job getting ready for the game and preparing and then playing really hard Saturday.
8 years in the making. Does this kind of seem like a changing of the guard right now in the CCIW?
I don't know. I think things have certainly been turned around a little bit. Historically, when we came 8 years ago, Wesleyan and Millikan and Wheaton and Augustana were the top 4 teams kind of year in and year out, and there was a big 4, little 4 that they would talk about, and certainly I think that's changed quite a bit. Carthage has been much better in recent years. Millikan has been down a little bit. Wesleyan has had a bit of a resurgence now the last few years, which we've got our work cut out for us this week. They're really, really good.
Well, another exciting game on Saturday, and let's start off in the first quarter. Cardinals on the very first series, they try a fake punt. Joe Schneiderbauer rushes for 3 yards and comes up just a bit short. The Thunder, with 4 minutes left to go in the quarter, they start to march down the field. They capped a 76-yard drive when Sean Norris found Seth Scogan for an 11-yard touchdown. 11 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and the Thunder, they're up 7-0. I guess we weren't really sure where the momentum was taking us at that point in the game.
Yeah, you know, it's the first time this season that offensively we've not scored on our first drive. So I was anxious to see how we were going to respond. On that fake punt, we actually had called the fake punt, and then we're looking for a certain thing, and we called it off. All the kids heard it except our center, who snapped it to Joe. So Joe was kind of in no man's land there, and he almost got the job done on his own. But that gave them good field position, and they converted and went ahead 7-0. So it was interesting to see how our guys, offensively speaking, were going to respond to that, and I was pretty pleased with the fact that we came right back and got a touchdown to tie it back up.
Yeah, you talk about responding. It seems like every time the offense needs something, quarterback Aaron Fanthorpe's there to respond for you. He in turn has 2 big completions to Hank Johnson and Kyle Fedorowicz that eat up 40 yards. And then Nick Hicks enters the game in the Wildcat formation. He takes off for 14 yards. He is quick to hit that hole. That was a big burst right there. Moments later, Aaron hits Fedorowicz for a 14-yard touchdown. We're tied up 7 apiece. That drive was 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Pretty much basically what we're used to seeing in the Cardinal offense.
Yeah, it was great to see Big Kyle contribute the way he did. He was a difference maker in the game, as was Nick. I think you highlight those 2 guys. Yeah. Those were the guys that really got us going. Obviously, Aaron had his typical day, which we expect from him. But to have Nick come up big the way he did, we've been waiting for Nick to burst onto the scene. He's got tremendous athletic ability. You saw his quickness. He's a tremendously hard worker and a great kid. So I couldn't be more happy for a player than I am for Nick and what he was able to do.
Coach, heading into halftime, it looked like Wheaton might go up.
Mm-hmm.
They had a big pass play, and Kyle Hayes running stride for stride with the receiver intercepts the ball at the North Central College 4-yard line. Yeah. So a big change of kind of momentum swing right there. Heading into halftime, score 7-7.
Kyle's fast. He's very fast, and his job on Saturday was he was assigned to their #1 receiver, Freddie Ellis, who was extremely fast, and Kyle held him to 2 catches for 4 yards. On the day, and that's a collective effort from the entire defense, but Kyle did a great job of really taking him out of the game. They really like to throw the ball vertically, and that was a huge part of our game plan, to take that away and get some pressure on Sean Norris, which we did.
Some thought Wheaton may have been a little bit lucky to go into halftime tied 7-7. North Central missing out on some big pass opportunities. Pat Malik over the middle, Jeff Grunwald, and Hank Johnson down the sideline.
Yeah, on Pat's, Aaron got a little bit of pressure in his face and had to throw it off his back foot, so the ball came up a little bit short. And on Jeff's, it just missed him. And the one to Hank at the end of the half is the one that we really had I think a touchdown there. Aaron just overthrew him slightly. It was really close. So Aaron was a hair off in the first half with the deep ball, and in the second half he came back and hit a couple really big ones to Nick, one in particular that was huge in getting us going.
Yeah, right before he could hit Nick on that big pass play, the Cardinal defense really starting to apply that pressure in the third quarter, getting to Sean Norris. The offense takes over, and Hicks takes a 44-yard bomb from Aaron Fanthorpe, just gets tripped up. I know he was smelling the end zone. Yeah. Very next play, though, Fanthorpe finds Steve Lavick down there on the sideline. He makes a nice move, heads into the end zone. 14-7, Cardinals take the lead.
Yeah, those were really big plays that we had missed in the first half that we got, and we were able to convert. Hank did a really nice job on Steve's touchdown. He was running a deeper route and wheeled back around and got in position to block his defender and allowed Steve to just kind of walk right into the end zone. So that was a big play.
Less than 3 minutes later, Fanthorpe gets Hicks his first touchdown of the season, scores 21-7. Less than 3 minutes later.
I think if I remember right, we had a short field there. I think we got a long punt return from Joe Antonacci, and I think it only took a couple plays, but we got the ball to Nick on the outside. He made a really, really quick move. Again, you saw his quickness, and he got into the end zone.
Coach, after yet another sack on Norris, the Cardinal defense, they had 6 for the day, but Fanthorpe responded with a 34-yard run, almost hit the pylon. He got knocked out at the 3-yard line. After a 5-yard penalty, he hits Fedorowicz for Kyle's second touchdown of the day, his third on the season.
Yeah, Kyle was wide open, and Aaron made it interesting on that one. Kyle made a great catch on it, but again, Aaron's ability to run the football makes him so hard to defend because he's such a good passer, and we've got kids that we can throw the ball to. When you add the element of running at the quarterback position, it really, really makes it tough on a defense, and he's been great at that for 3 years.
Well, we saw a new look from the Cardinal offense this week, and here's your Cardinal crusher. Coach, here it is. Nick Hicks going into the Wildcat formation. Just kind of take us through this.
Well, you know, it's something that we put in last week, hopeful that Nick was going to be able to do this, and what a pleasant surprise it was to see how effective he was. I mean, he's extremely quick, athletic, very strong, so he can absorb that contact and still be okay. He's not very heavy. He's maybe 175, 180 pounds, but he's a tough kid.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing if he makes it onto the field this weekend as the Cardinals travel to Bloomington to take on the Illinois Wesleyan Titans. Titans, they're coming off a big victory over Elmhurst, 20-7. Coach, this is a Titan defense that held Carthage to 183 total yards, and we all know that the Redmen racked up over 500 against North Central College. They're 10th in scoring defense, 3rd in total defense, and 4th in kickoff returns, and this is in the country. So you guys are anticipating a big matchup this weekend?
Yeah, we've got our work cut out for us. They're very, very good. They're very athletic in the secondary. It's a veteran team. I think they have 7 seniors that start on their defense. I think all 11 starters are back from last year. So they've been through this before. It's not new to them. They know how fast the college game is, and they've really done some great things on defense. They change things up. They play 3-4, they play 4-3, and some other things. So we have to think along with executing.
And, Coach, they've also been playing 2 quarterbacks this year, Brian Rooney and Craig Ladd. Both have had pretty successful years up to date. Do you expect to see both quarterbacks?
Well, I don't know. I think the reason that Rooney has been playing as much as he has is Craig Ladd, I believe, broke his offhand, non-throwing hand. So he hasn't played the last 2 weeks. We expect him to play in this game. I think we'll see both of them, and they bring different things to the table. Ladd is a terrific thrower. He's a big, strong kid, where Rooney is like our Nick Hicks, extremely quick, very athletic, a great runner, and he can throw the ball too. So it's going to be difficult for our defense as well as it is for us on offense facing their defense.
Well, we're looking forward to a nice matchup this Saturday. Stay tuned, Redbird fans, as Cardinal defensive end Tim Janicek joins us to talk all things Cardinal football. We'll be right back.